Hola amigos, welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert Mode. And so far guys, it's been a very horrible 2 days of recording because I lost all the the file where the 2 days of recording was destroyed. I don't know why, I cannot open it, something went wrong. And I didn't realize because it was too late when I took a look at it. So and I'm not gonna go back and grab a backup and do it again because I spent, and you can see even in my time in a bottle here, almost 30 hours of playtime. Actually, less than that probably, but yeah. So I did, let me show you around. So this episode is going to be like a recap of everything I did, and I'm going to explain some of the stuff. I did I'm expanding here the Astral Sorcery place. So the columns are made from the Liquid Starlight so far, and what I just did here is just make one of the platform, and that's it. That's the other one we had before. And when you go even here in Astral Sorcery, there's this is complete setup, which is really nice. You can see actually the different platform that you're gonna need eventually. So quite nice. So I just calculated the size of that, and that's what I did in here. I don't know what's gonna do the tower, and Nemo gave me great suggestions about how to make the tower, but I thought that the tower in here is gonna actually completely shadow my botany area. So I think I'm gonna do another tower, probably taller, but not with so many. I need so many platforms for Astral Sorcery that I thought it was not gonna be a good idea to make it in there. So eventually we will we'll hook this up to here and we'll see what happened. I was about to rage quit on this mod pack for several reasons, not only the recording but also the power generation. And I'll show you around in a second, but I've been struggling with power. We have a lot of power. We have that over there. We have the solar, the windmill, these windmills as well. We have the tree power. We have the gas burning generation downstairs as well. But even with that, I cannot run the 3 auto sift without losing all my power. So I don't know if something happened. As you can see, I clean a little bit over here. I remove all the machines over there as well. And I don't know if that's part of the stuff that I lose or anything, but you can see there's been a lot of changes inside the base in here. So I move all the conveyor belts over here. This is where I have my advanced inscribers and crystal growth chamber for the seeds. Over this side I have already, and that's part of the one of the episode for auto crafting that I lost. And well, I have all my M interface and molecular assembler in here. I have only 4 crafting storage with CPUs and monitors over this side. And if we go a little bit, and I'll show you on the back in a second, if we go over here, you will see we have these 3 32 channels, and I made 2 more controllers as well. So everything is hooked up, and I spent a whole episode, even like almost an hour on episode explaining all these actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna explain just one branch. The rest of the branch is exactly the same. And downstairs in here it's all the same. I just changed all these drawers for compacting drawers, so we have access to the block and the ingots from the system. So you can see in here, we can see everything that is connected here. I crafted, I changed the color of the displays. So that's basically what I've done so far. And if we go over here, I hook up everything to ME interfaces. These ones are on the bottom actually in here. and this one as well. And I have a bunch of auto craftings already set up. So if we take a look at here, we have these. I'm gonna explain this a little bit. And in here I made the induction mechanism tank, and in here is where I'm gonna build, and that was part of this episode. I was gonna build here the nuclear reactor. And in here I just made 2 more gas burning generation to see if I can keep up. And now finally I can keep up with those 2. So you will see these are working. We have Xenox Mum, we have Buganoya, and Dr. Sorbo. Thank you for suggesting your name for this in here. So these are working great. And if we take a look in here, we have 132,000 input and 126 output. So finally I'm almost level. I don't like, this is the first time I do this, I don't like it very much. I would have preferred to go with the Ender IO banks. So maybe I will craft those eventually. I'm not sure. And what else? So let me show you first downstairs a little bit, and we have actually an access through here. This false block in there. So let me hook up these actually, so I can explain how I'm putting everything together. I made the Yeta wrench as well. So let me actually pull these up for a second. Let's put these in here out, so you can see how I hook up everything. And I can explain that. In here I have some dense cables. You can see I crafted a bunch of cables. I teach my system to how to craft the cable as well. So what I'm doing in here, I put in these 2 dense smart cables, and then I'm throwing a P2P in here. Then I can connect the P2P here, and I always like to put, for example, the color in here. You can see I'm using 5 channels. I know some people disable the channels for Apply Energetic, and I do prefer refined storage than this, but that's what we have, so we have to make do with what we have. So I need to connect this peer-to-peer terminal, and this is the brown line, and that's why I actually put in here different colors, so I can track a little bit how I do this. So in here we are using already from these 32 channels 21, and you can see I'm hooking up these P2P tunnels. So in order to do that, you grab your memory card, you shift right click on the floor, and then I'm gonna shift right click on this terminal in here. You can see the frequency is E9AE. So shift right click on that one, and we go all the way whatever we want to put it. So for example, this P2P terminal, and we right click on that one. And I'm gonna shift right click so I can remove the memory in there. So now those 32 channels coming from there are coming in here as well. On this side we have 32 channels in here. Of course, once we use them, it's gonna take into account all the channels coming outside of that P2P. So this one is also the brown line, is the same channel as that one, and I'm using 11 channels right here. So if we take a look in here, we have how many channels? 21 channels being used so far of the 32. So as soon as I hook up that, and of course these, we need actually to send power to these machines as well. So how I do that normally is I like to connect it like this. I use these quartz cables, and only with one that's enough, so I can hook up this ME glass in here if I want to, and do it like that, and that's gonna be more than enough. But I do like to use more quartz to just connect it this way. So I do it like this, and I do it like this. Oops, sorry, not over there, of course. Let me put that one in there. And you can see I have two little slots that I use this same color as the connection. I found it that it looks really pretty like this, just aesthetic. And so let's connect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interface in here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the other side. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna connect this, and you can see now we're gonna have 5 channels being used over there. And if I connect this, we're gonna have 5 channels being used over there. In total, 10 channels in here. But if we take into account the source, we have now 31 channels being used. So I almost completed. That's why these ones are on the red channel, on the red interface in there. So very cool. If we go up in here, you can see now all these machines are connected. So this is the basic infusing factory with carbon. This is redstone, this is diamond, and this is obsidian. And I'm using this compressed obsidian that I'm auto crafting using this machine, the basic enrich factory. Now the way I'm doing that, I have some patterns in here for this, and also I hook up the interface down there. Actually, let me remove this for a second so I can show you a little bit. This is always pulling 32 of each of the compressed materials that I need, and from there is in here you can see is going out from that interface and on the different machines in here, insert. Now I don't put a filter or anything because since this is never gonna run out of carbon, it is always gonna go whatever it can, right? The other thing I'm doing in this one using the carbon is this in here, the enrich iron. This is crafting all this a bunch of stuff, and this one here, and nothing in this one. This one actually doesn't have anything, just in case I need it for something. And what I'm doing in here is these are all configured to pull from the bottom, from the interface, going on the back through the Ender IO conduits, and also from top, the extra is the one that is going to this material in here. So whenever I need to, if I, for example, I go here and I pull, for example, some, you can see it will replenish. And if it needs to craft, it will auto craft in here. You can see it's auto crafting more compressed carbon since I removed from my system. And the way it's accomplishing that is if we go over in this interface, you will see its request. It has this pattern, but I already have crafting. I think it's on where do I have it? This in here, crafting card. Is crafting the required materials to complete, there you go, the 32 that is required. So let me actually put that back onto my system because I don't need it right now. So that's basically if you understand this, what I just I did in here is basically the same all around. So other machines, for example, the crushing factory, it has, for example, some recipes for osmium dust and lapis lazuli, etc. These machines, the interface is on the top, and the only reason I did that is because I throw on the bottom of those machines, there is the what is called the advanced universal cable from mechanism to power them up, because this one is not gonna work. This I'm pouring the carpenters. So all this is a lot of work that I did on the episode before and the 2 previous episodes actually. So I don't want to redo it. So if you have, and actually that one here I can close. Because that was a temporary hole that I made. There you go. So if you have a question, feel free to let me know the question, and I'll redo it for you, and or explain whatever I need to explain, right? This one here, the induction casting I made, let me break it for a second. I have in here 3 induction cells and 1 induction provider. So you can actually improve these and make it way bigger than it is. And once you see the sparkle, its form is a square, just a square on the back. It's just a square box, like you can see. And let me just fill that out. No, not with that one. And let's see. Put laboratory block. Oh, come on. And I'm gonna just close that in there. There you go. So that's it's getting the input from all the places. So if we go in the back in here, this is receiving everything from ID1, and all the energy is going to ID4. So if we go outside, let me just go in there. This is ID4 going inside in here, and this one you can see is red, which means that it's output, and it's red using, you have to use of course your configurator to put it red, and that's it. And this is sending ID1 to all the machines, whatever they need. So for example, the machines in here, did I remove? Oh, it was this one. Yeah. So all the machines in here, I have in ID1 that is receiving all the power. Now, I did something about the power that normally I don't do, and I went online to YouTube and check a bunch of other people that play in the past, and Enigmatica 2. Nobody, I think, is playing it right now. But in the past, they played Darwolf, and I don't remember a bunch of other guys. And I was kind of disappointed, some of them, to see that I was watching. They have the advanced power cell and using it a lot. It like probably in episode 10 or something. I don't know exactly how they did to manage that, to have a bunch of advanced power cells if you don't have access to dimensional shard yet, or maybe I'm missing something. I think you need, in order to have these, you need to go to the space, Neptune and other planets to mine that. Or in any case, the in a dimension normally, but the dimensional builder is crazy expensive to do right now. So I don't know exactly how they managed to have that advanced power cells so early in the game. I can't do that. The alloy smelter also is something that I wanted to craft, and then I realized I need these titanium alumite plates that I don't know how to get right now. So I'm probably missing something, but I need some of this stuff that I don't have access right now. If maybe I'm missing something, I don't know. And the power, they seem to be powering a bunch of machines like sifting and everything. And they only using, for example, one of the gas burning generations. So sometimes I think that they have like a creative power cell hidden on the background of the walls and doing it like that. I don't know, but I'm really struggling. So I put it on the internet. They recommend it in the in some forums, also some of the viewers, the advanced generators. Maybe we can do because I have an excess of ethylene. What is it called? Yeah, I put even a tank ethylene. So I have an excess of that. Maybe we can use that in the in here, the gas turbine from advanced generators. So maybe we can do that. I need to start sifting netherrack, and for that, netherrack. Where is it? Okay, so if we go in here, we can actually, the crushed netherrack, we can sieve to get a bunch of cobalt, ardite, and boron, lithium, magnesium, and thorium. So maybe I should start doing that. But in order to crush the netherrack, we have the option of the sag mill that I cannot build right now. The pulverizer, actually I didn't check the pulverizer. Probably the pulverizer is something that I can build. Yeah, the pulverizer probably I can build, but I didn't do it before because I couldn't sustain the power so far. So that's basically it, all the changes. And of course in here we have all the in the molecular assembler we have a bunch of recipes. I started doing recipes for fluid and gases that we're gonna probably use eventually for all the conduits and other stuff. And we have access to of course all the advanced inscribers, a load furnace, we have a bunch of stuff, compressors, etc, etc, etc. So we have access to everything in here. I did this supremium furnace just to craft to actually cook something very fast, and I did that since we killed the wither and you get that supremium essence, what is called yeah, the supremium essences, or I forgot the name, don't see it, there you go, the supreme essence. So I cannot make the master infusion, so we could make probably this, but I haven't started actually doing the thermal expansion machine, so I wanted to start that very fast. But before we do that, I do want to start with UU matter. And there was no point for me to start UU matter before having more power. So in this episode, let's start with doing the... actually, let's go in there. Let's start doing the... what is called the nuclear reactor here. Now, I'm going to risk it and do the nuclear reactor from Industrial Craft. I know it can blow up and we can actually... that's going to be bad news for me on if that happened, but one of the things is that I don't have a clue how this works. I just copying from some forums that recommended the patterns that you can introduce there to make it stable. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna follow that and see how we can do it. So let's take all these, and if we go inside in here, we have access to the armor stand, so we can put our suit just in case. Not that I need it, just for fun. I'm not gonna need it right now because I'm not dealing directly with pieces of uranium or anything, so that's why I'm not worried about it. But since you are in this chamber, you need the suit. Rules, policies on this base. So we have access to 3 columns here. But as soon as I start putting the reactor chambers, we have access to more columns in here. So now we have 4, and that's the way this works. So if I put, for example, this one and this one, and we have access to that, you can see I have 3 more that I need to put. So 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. So let's go ahead and put this. There you go. So now we have everything open to us. And it's 1. I hate it when you have 1 left, but you needed 1 for 3 for the reactor, for the nuclear reactor, and every recipe give you 2, so there's 1 left. I'm gonna make another one in here maybe. I don't know. We'll see how this. I don't know how much power this give me. And if it's not a lot of power, I will probably go ahead and do the advanced generation. Probably maybe in this episode. I don't know. We'll see. So let me pull out the image of how to set this up in here. So I can take a look at it. And actually, I'm going to pull it immediately in there. Of course, we need something else that we're going to actually craft. Actually, let's start with that. Let's see if we have all the materials to craft these. So if we go to industrial craft, I'm gonna go with these quad fuel rods in here. So we're gonna need a bunch of those, and I think I needed 7 of these or something. So 7 times 4 is gonna make 28. Okay, so the fuel rods, let me show you. Actually, I have the machines in here, the fluid solid canning machine. So if I remove this in here, it starts filling up again, and that's because this one I'm pulling 64 all the time in there, which is great. And I'm auto crafting. Did I put the, yeah, I put the crafting car in there, so you can see it's filling up little by little, so we can throw the rest in there. And this is where we have to put the this in here, the enriched uranium, that I have already a recipe for that as well. So let's see. Uranium, I have none, so I don't know how much I'm gonna need. Probably 28. So let's go ahead and make 30. Why not? And I'm missing uranium ingots. How am I missing uranium ingots? Let me see. Uranium. 123 only. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I have block of uranium, so I need to actually teach the system to make. That's weird. I thought that it will gonna take them automatically. I don't know why. Okay, let me just pull this in here like that and teach that, because it's supposed to be doing that automatically. So let's go ahead and show that right here for now. So now uranium, can I craft 30? Block of uranium missing, available 13, missing 17. That's not possible. That is not possible. To craft 30, Oh, I already crafted the fuel rods. I forgot about that. Okay, that's why I was missing so much. Okay, I have 22 in there, but we should be able to craft at least 10 more. Okay, just so I can show you how this works. So with this one, actually, we can do probably the quad stuff in here. What am I missing? I'm missing iron plates. So let's go with 40 iron plates. Probably I'm gonna need coppers eventually. Yeah. So middle click, and we'll craft 30 more copper. And if we take a look downstairs, you can see the machine working on the background. All right. So let's go ahead and craft more than that. So I'm gonna need probably 7. So let me pull out the image here, and let me actually show you with one of the uraniums here. I can grab it because I have the suit, I think. If not, it will be painful. And if we put it in there, you will see that this is gonna create the rods, and then they're being pulled back into the system. By the way, I want to make more overclockers, and man, the recipe of this is completely crazy. You need IC2 coolant and the carpenter in order to make that, and IC2 coolant is with the fluid solid canning machine. So I'm gonna have to set up something for that as well. Anyway, how much we need? Okay, let me see. Can we craft more? 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, let me pull the image for a second. All right, so I'm back. Let's go ahead and put these together in here. So I'm just following that image, like because really, in reality, I don't know exactly what am I doing. All right, so this is how I saw the the image on the internet. Somebody recommended this build, but there are hundreds of them, so I don't know which one is the better. We'll see how this go. Maybe if you have a suggestion, we can change it after. And now we need to actually put some power in there. So let's go inside here for a second again. So since this is industrial craft, we're gonna have to hook it up into the one of these advanced energy cube. For now, I'm gonna use a glass fiber cable, and if we do another one, we're gonna put it in there. It's gonna also branch the same. Now I'm gonna put this in here, and I'm gonna put it to ID4 so we can send the power. Actually, before I do that, I just want to make sure how much is entering right once we hook it up. Now I'm gonna need some way to safely turn it on, and I'm gonna use this in here, the basic redstone interface, and probably let's put it actually in here on the floor. So there you go. So this is basic redstone interface. There's no target. You need to craft one of these redstone tools, so you shift right click on that one, and if we go inside, I'm gonna shift right click on any of those. So for example this one, and now it's hooked up to this power in here, and I think that's it. So we can turn it on, and you can hear the sizzling of the reactor now working. Now we're outputting 1,680 EU a tick, and this is filling very fast. So 2.6 million ref. That's actually not bad at all. I don't know exactly. Let me put that one in here. That should start filling out as well. I don't know exactly how much this can send though. All right, so let's see for a second in here. So this is 132.64. So if we go inside and I hook up the ID in there, we'll say all side to accept energy. Yes, it's accepting anyway. But now it should drain everything from there and start putting it in here. Probably now it's filling the buffers, so I don't know exactly how much, but I don't really like this. I wish I had the bank. I think I'm gonna craft the banks and remove these. But this has a lot of storage though. You have the statistics. So as long as this bar is higher than this one, we're okay. So we have a 9.6 million RF capacity here, or billions, I don't know. Yeah, it seems to do okay, but the output and input, it's kind of hard to measure exactly how much we're gaining. This doesn't have actually time to go, because this is going at 8,000 RF a tick, I think, or something. How much is the glass, the fiber? 8,000 EU a tick. Yeah, I don't know exactly how much is the transfer rate of this, and it doesn't exactly say in here neither. Not that I recall. Anyway, guys, I hope that with that we can keep up the power on the base. Not sure. If not, we can do the advanced generators. So let me know what you think and what kind of solution you guys have for power on your base, and how do you manage to move the power around. I'm kind of I think I'm gonna try to use other methods. Do we have? Yeah, we have the flux network here. Probably I should do that. How difficult? We need the sag mill. Oh man, the recipes. Okay, probably I should try to move toward this kind of power transmitter. Eventually, we'll go with the Draconium, maybe. But for now, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Now, let's claim some of the rewards. Let's actually go upstairs. And let me actually, as always, put everything in here so we can claim some of the rewards, see what we got. And so we completed all this in here. I need to do this one also. RTG fuel can be used to produce EU passively in a reactor thermoelectric generator. Oh, I forgot to mention, if we go in here, now I'm not worried right now, but we have to be worried at one point. This in here, actually, let me go in here. It will start to deplete. So eventually we're gonna have this quad fuel rod depleted uranium. So if that happen and they start going out of here, we're gonna have a problem. Also with all the rest. So we're gonna implement some kind of system in here, and that's why I was setting up some of the ender chests to pull out the depleted and replace it with the quad fuel. So we're gonna set up that next episode probably. I was thinking that maybe I put a bunch of iron chests in here, different colors. So these ones are the one coming from the sifting and whatever is go to the to our AI system. This in here is the mob farm that is turned on off for a second here, so I have better frame rate. This is the ender chest. I'm just pulling, and you can actually see from here I have also a sneaky false block in there. So this one is always pulling coal from the from our system. So this is hooked up to the botany area, so I can produce mana. And this one I was thinking that maybe we'll use the green for the uranium or something like that. I don't know yet. Anyway, let's go back in there and claim some of the rewards in here. So let's claim all that. Astral Sorcery, we completed some of this stuff the other episode. I forgot to claim everything. Blood Magic, also we finished a bunch of stuff. RF Tools, Environmental Controller, we didn't claim that one from the last episode. I'm gonna have to start doing this eventually, but I don't know where to get those materials though. And that's basically it. So thank you so much for all the tips, guys, by the way. So let's open all these and see what we get, if there's something good. What are we just getting here? Oh, a Definite. I forgot that Definite was in this pack as well. Soulstone. Save you from death while carrying, single use only. Nice. Okay, that's good. That is the skyhook. I've never used it, I think. No, I think you need some rope. A new form, unlimited speed, a new form of travel. Yeah, I think you need some rope for that. Don't remember. Puzzle is gonna be nice. I forgot a Pots remind me of the witch water for getting more wither skulls. Another wind generation, actually two. Sea lantern. Okay. Razor wire that we already have, and another shulker shell. Okay, so nothing extraordinary so far. Only this probably is the best reward. So I think that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Let me know. I was really hoping to put an episode today. Today's Tuesday, so I'm just gonna edit it and upload it right away for you guys. But oh, I still have this mask in me. So let me know what I should do next. Should I concentrate it on trying to do the advanced generator, or probably I think this episode we should start with UU matter. I think that's the best solution, but let me know. I'll read your comments today, and we'll see if I can do an episode of that, whatever you guys suggest for tomorrow. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.